guys, it's Paula from PSN Creations. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Today's video is a craft with me. Let's make a spring/Easter little golden book junk journal. So we're not going to make the whole journal obviously in one video, but we will go through the process together. I've done this before. Yeah, so we're going to do the Velveteen Rabbit little golden book. Looks like it was originally from Kmart. This is a 1992 issue. 1992. And if you know, you know, I keep the original spine, so it will be 2 signatures. And I don't cover the inside or the back of the journal. I just leave what's already there. So we will go through the process in addition to finding this little golden book at the Goodwill, I'm sure. I also found this, the Velveteen Rabbit book. This one is from 1986. And this one we will most likely be using for journaling cards and maybe fussy cutting a few images to be part of tags, or maybe just embellishments on certain pages. So yeah, we are just going to use this along with a number of other pages and papers and things like that. But we are going to make a little golden book junk journal the way that or following the process that I follow. Okay. Most important, and I've said this before in videos, it's important to find what works for you. I found this process and it works for me. So this is what I usually tend to follow with all my little golden books because it works for me, right? Okay. So because I am preserving the spine, I am going to just slice right here and right here. That's where the staples are. So you can use whatever it is that you want to use. I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife here. And I really just use any tool that I have available to me, to be honest with you. Okay. And then I have my little weeding tool from my Cricut. Any tool. Remember what I just said. And I'm just going to pick up and find the staple and see if I can lift it a little bit. And I can. And it's okay if I'm losing a little bit of the golden spine, because what I also do is I'll go in and then I will glue as well. So as much as I can, if there are spots that I lifted, because I'm lifting the staple. So I'm just getting underneath the staple and lifting it. Some people, what they do is they just go in and they just start to separate it. And you can do that as well. I think ones that have been maybe read more and opened and closed more, it's easier to separate this way. This one looks like it maybe has not been done that because the pages are pretty crisp still. Like nobody really used the book. So, okay, so I have the staples lifted. Let me see if I can show that to you so you see what I'm talking about. And I've done this process before, but it never hurts to just do it again in another video. So you can see that it's lifted, right? The staples right there and right there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go in and I'm going to hold the back and I'm just going to push and separate, right? And I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just separating. I'm separating, right? Okay, that's it. See, I separated it. So now I should be able just to pull out the 2 signatures. So most golden books have 2 signatures in them. Now sometimes it's glued down as well. So you just have to just pull gently so that you're not ripping your pages, and voila. Okay, so I have my everything. Now, important, because I will keep the story in order so that you can still read it. So it's important that I keep it just like this until I go in and number my pages. You can choose to number your pages before you take it apart. I usually do it after I take it apart. So now you can do two things. You can just bend these down and leave them there. Cut them right there, right? Anything that's exposed, cut that off. Or you can do what I tend to do, which is I'll go in and I'll make a little slice right here on the other side of the little golden book spine, the front part where the staple is. I make a little slice just so that when I push it like this, and make sure that you have something underneath that you're not damaging anything. I have my self-healing mat, so I know that when I push down the staples, it's not going to damage anything. And as you can see, or not, hold on, it lifted the staple. Okay, so now I can just remove it. I don't like leaving them in there. I mean, it's not a big deal if you do leave it in there. I just figured if I can remove it, why not remove it? And then here are my staples. Okay. Now here's what I was talking about like there being parts lifted and stuff. So I'm just going to take my art glitter glue and I'm just, wow, this is, I haven't crafted in a little bit, guys. So and I'm just going to push it down. So anything that's lifted, I'm just going to push it down. It's not going to make a difference because I am going to have some kind of, I usually always have some kind of lace or doily or something around the spine. Okay, then what I like to do is I always like to use some masking tape or any kind of tape that will give you some extra reinforcement on your spine. Again, I'm using the original spine, so my spine will be about 1.25 inches, which is usually, yeah, 1.25 inches. And so, and I usually always cover it with fabric too, so it's okay to use, I either use this or I can use this duct tape as well. It's white duct tape. I might use the white duct tape today. So the important part is obviously if you're going to add some type of fabric or something, just make sure that you're covering the tape, unless you don't care that the tape shows. So it's up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna just do it from here. And I'm just gonna use my rotary cutter because it's just easier. And I think I want, well, I guess I don't, well, I'm going to add another layer. You add whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. And like I said, you don't have to do that even. You could do, you can add chipboard if you want, or you can add just the fabric. You do what works for you. I just think this adds just a little bit of extra security, stability, not security, sorry, not security, stability to the spine. Okay. So there, now it's a little rounded, and I'm okay with the little roundedness of it. I actually like that idea. It does help the journal out sometimes to do that. Okay, so we all know that once you keep the original spine and you take it apart, the pages are longer than the cover, than the book itself, right? So I found a YouTuber, and I've linked her channel before. And so just, I'll see if I can find it again. But I am going to, oh gosh, we have to number our pages. Let's not forget to number our pages. Let's do that really quick. I don't want to forget. And I do it with pencil, obviously, because then I go in and erase it. Do you have a specific way that you do your little golden books? Have you tried to do a golden book? And 23 and 24. Okay, so we have them numbered. Let's go ahead and, can I separate the signatures? They seem pretty, oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. Got a little worried at first. I was like, oh my goodness, this is different than what I'm used to. I know I've had some golden books where it was a little different than what I was used to. Okay. So we have, yep, okay. So 3 pages in the first signature and 3 pages in the second signature. Perfect. Okay. So in order to not cut off any of the words, what I usually do is pull out my scoreboard. And you don't need a scoreboard. You can just do this with a ruler if you want. I sometimes tend to end up cutting the pages anyways. So there's that as well. Just FYI. Did I do that right? No, I did that wrong, right? There we go. Okay. Let's put you up there so you don't cut me. Okay, so we're going to do the first signature. So the book itself with the new spine, okay, so we're going to measure from here to here only, is about 6 1/8 inches, okay? So 6 1/8. So we probably want to score this at, right now this page is 6 5/8. So we probably want to score it at, gosh, I would say 5 7/8. 5 7/8 is where our new bend is going to be, okay? Because that gives us enough wiggle room, and you're still not losing words. You might lose a little bit of image, but not horribly, okay? You can see. All right, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to do the same for all, right? But I'm also going to glue. I'll put a little bit of glue just on the closest to the new seam, okay? And the reason I say that is because we are going to go and cut a little bit of this off, okay? So just closest to the new seam. We'll do it again together, okay? Doesn't matter the order of the page. I don't know why I'm looking at it like it does. Okay, so we said 5 7/8, right? I think we said that, yes. Everybody with me? 5 7/8, that's what we're scoring. You're gonna bend it however it is that you want to bend it. Okay, and then right at the new seam, we're just gonna add a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to continue that on. We're going to do one more together, and then I'll fast forward. 5 7/8, we're scoring. That's our new seam, our new bend. We don't lose anything much. A little bit of the picture. You don't lose the words, though. All right. I'm going to do the rest, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. We are done cutting that up. Oh, like that. It doesn't go like that either. My God. Okay. So now, like I said, I'm going to just go in and cut. So this piece right here that we folded, right? This extra piece, this little flap that we have here. Why does that not look straight? I mean, it is, but so that's about an inch, give or take. I'm just going to cut off. I'm going to make it so that with it not being folded, right? So I'm saying here's my fold mark, right? The page itself is 6 1/8. So I'm cutting off whatever that amount is right here. I don't know why it didn't cut all the way. Oh, it did. Okay, hold on. I cut off about 5/8. 5/8 off still leaves me this right here. Okay. I haven't made a little golden book in forever, so I'm hoping I'm doing this the right way. Because again, I haven't made one in forever. I feel like it's riding a bike, but sometimes it might not be. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And you see how it protrudes out? So that's why I was saying we have to give ourselves a little bit of grace with the pages. Let me put this back on. Sorry. Okay. So now, so a few things I want to talk about. Now, a lot of people, a lot of people choose to just cut the page right here, right? And sometimes you still preserve all the words. So that's definitely something that you could potentially test out, right? Some people don't cut at all and just fold every page in, right? So then you have that little flap. So like if I decided not to cut, I would probably fold about that much of the page in, right? Not a problem. Any way you decide to do it is perfectly fine. Some people will do it this way, and then what they'll do is they'll take this little flap here and they'll glue it down. Okay, you just glue it down, and then that's it, right? I discovered this YouTuber that, is that my first page? Yeah, okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, okay. She showed a method where you're adding bonus pages. Okay, and I've done this before, so this is not new to how I've been doing it lately. You have bonus pages, so I'm going to show you what that means. I think I don't need this anymore. If I do, I will pull it out again. So our first signature, okay, I'm going to put that up there. Hopefully it'll stay. I picked out these one-sided, very light cardstock. Hold on, let me show you. I got it at Walmart, okay, $6 here in Maryland. Designer paper pad. It's 67 pound, 100 GSM. So it's very light cardstock, not heavy, single-sided. I think sometimes a lot of us get these single-sided cardstock and we're like, well, what do we do with this single-sided cardstock? This is one thing that you can do with it. You can really use any papers that you want, okay? I want to preface it by saying that first. You can use lined paper. You can use any kind of paper you want. I choose not to use heavy cardstock because that adds bulk to the book as well. Maybe you want the bulk. So let me stop yapping and explain what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take this little flap and glue it down to this cardstock. And I'm just going to attach, in essence, I'm just going to attach a page, okay? This is the cardstock that I'm going with here, or this is the color I'm going with here. I think that goes nicely with this right here. It kind of continues on the green. Or should I do this one? Excuse me. Or maybe this one. Well, maybe I'll do this one actually. I like this one. We're going to do 3 different ones of them, right? Because we have, well, we might not do 3 of these. I'm going to show you different ways of doing it, okay? So I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to cut this afterwards, okay? I'm not going to worry about cutting it to size yet because I'd rather, if I make any mistakes, be able to have more paper than not have enough paper and lose a complete thing. So I just added glue to that. Now I'm just going to line my paper up to it. Okay. So I've lined my paper up to it. Now, so here's my, oh, I don't know if you can see that. Sorry about the lighting. Okay, I'm going to now take this and fold it over again and then glue it again. Okay, so I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to then go and sew these as well. So I'm not worried about putting too much glue on here because I am going to sew just a straight stitch just for extra stability. Again, I'm just trying to line it up as best as I can. One thing that you have to pay attention to is it going to be too long? Okay. So if it's going to be too long, you need to adjust that. I did not adjust it here, so I'm just going to fix it later. And I will show you how I'm going to fix it, okay? let's go ahead and cut it off now. Okay, again, I like to use my rotary cutter because it helps me have a straight-ish line. So I'm just going to go with the page. And then I have this to use somewhere else in the book when we do our decorating, okay? So now we have a bonus page. See? Now, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to make this a side pocket. So I'm going to make it a side tuck. Now I am going to cut it a little bit because, like I said, it's too long. So I'm probably going to cut it, I don't know, 1/4 inch. Yep, 1/4 inch I think is good. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right here. And I'm only adding a little because guess what? Again, I'm going to go sew it. Okay. Now I'm also going to add a little notch. Maybe. Hold on. Can I get the middle? Yes, I can. Okay. I'm going to add a little notch to show that it's a pocket. Side pocket. And see? And now I can decorate this as well. So now we've made a bonus page. Okay. So we have, now we can make another bonus page, right? Because we have every page that you made a new seam for will have this little flap. Like I said, you don't need to use cardstock. You can use whatever it is that you want to use. Let's see, for this one, maybe we decide to do, let me think about it. Let's do this music sheet. Okay, so I have this music sheet here and it has a picture on that side, but I'm gonna add music paper to here, but let's go ahead and, I'm trying to think how I'm gonna do this. So I would do it like this. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and add our glue. I probably should have done it the other way. Sorry. I'm not sure why I was doing it that way. Just making it difficult for myself. And again, you don't want it too close to the fold because you do want it to fold, obviously. Okay, we have it glued down. And then, and it's okay that it's going to be shorter. That's okay. We have short pages, and right, we have different page textures and sizes in our journal. Now this one, I probably won't make a pocket. This one will just be a page, and then we'll do some decorations on it. Okay. That's awesome. I notice that it's a little off right here. So what I'm going to do is take this and just cut it. Okay. And then obviously we know it was going to be long. So we're just going to take this and we're going to cut it. And now we'll use this for something else. And because it's a tunnel, right, we're going to go ahead and just glue it. And like I said, you don't have to glue it. You can sew it if you want. You can sew all around it if you want. I'm just going to glue this one. I will sew down here. Like I said, I do like to do that, but you don't have to. Okay, so I hope you get the idea of these bonus pages, and just a great way to be able to utilize extra pages that you have, that are single-sided, maybe like of cardstock. So here we go. And in between, we're going to have other pages. So these are not the only additional pages that we're adding to this journal. We will have other pages, okay? See? And now let's do one more together, and then on the next video, I will have done the other signature with the bonus pages. And when I come back, we will add the additional pages that we're going to add, right? And decorate anything that we're going to decorate before we sew the signatures in. How does that sound? I think it sounds good. All right, what are we going to do with this one? Let's see. What do we have here? I feel like I wonder if I have a blue. Just the blue and I kind of like, kind of like going with the flow of that. Well, this one has blue in it. Maybe I should just use this one. That might be nice. And maybe this one I will make a pocket going up. So I will have to cut. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. A top loading pocket, not a pocket going up, guys. And they don't have to be pockets either. They can just be pages with not being pockets. But if you can add pockets to a journal, then why not? Right? Okay, so that's perfect. So we know from the other one that this was going to be too long already, right? So let's go ahead and chop some of this off. How much should we chop off? Let's do 1/2 inch. That should be enough, right? We'll do 1/2 inch to see what happens. Yep, that's perfect because it is then, okay, perfect. So now we're going to put the glue here. Oop. And we're going to fold this over. We're going to line it up as best as we can. Best as we can. I'm all over the place. Okay. That's it. Let's cut the bottom off. Awesome. We have another. And we are going to seal the bottom. We're going to glue it up. I'm going to glue the bottom up. And we're going to find the middle. And we're going to do our little notchy thing so that it's known that that's a pocket. Okay. I hope everybody was with me throughout this process, understood what I was talking about. Where's my, hold on, I lost it. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. I just had it. Hold on. I lost my pin. Let me move this over here, guys. Hold on. Yeah, no, I don't know where it is. Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it eventually. Hopefully it's not on the ground where I step on it. But it won't be the first or the last time. Okay, so Let's see, pages 3 and 4, 5. Okay, so let's recap. We have taken apart our cover. It is ready. Not completely ready, but it is taken apart. We are going to put fabric here next video. And we numbered our signatures, and then we adjusted it so that the pages would fit with the new spine size. Okay, so they will fit. And now we also added our bonus pages to our journal. Okay, so we have the first page, second page, third page. We're going to have more pages in it, right? But then we have fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, bonus page, 9, and the bonus page is a pocket. So we'll be able to, sorry for the reach, we'll be able to put something inside of it. Yay. Okay, bonus page, 9, 10, bonus page. This one we did not make a pocket, right? We're going to decorate it in some fashion. Okay. 11, 12, bonus page. And here is a side loading pocket. Okay. And then we're going to have the next signature, which will have the same thing. It'll have the 3 bonus pages, and then we'll have other pages, which we will do on the next video. We are already at 40 something minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for video 2 or part 2 of making the Velveteen Rabbit Little Golden Book Junk Journal with me. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thanks.